This is part one. I didn't get permissions because I kind of just decided to do this. So I'll at least get the outsides and maybe a little bit of the insides of the places. But do you know what today is? It's Free Comic Book Day. Oh yeah, yeah. It's Free Comic Book Day. So, because I know it's going to be very, very warm, and I just made this decision. I didn't make this decision, but I'm going to try to actually hit up a few places, give them some props, you know, do the areas. I'm going to try to hit as many as I can. I actually had a floor plan, but my morning got a little derailed. So this will be the first video in a while. You'll be seeing more of my current face and not something I like previously shot. So, yeah. But first stop is, because it's going to be a humid day, I want to go to Walmart and see if I can find a geeky shirt that's, you know, kind of cheap or whatever, because I'm probably going to sweat it out. I do not like summer. I am not a heat person. I know some people are like, oh, no, I'm legit. Like, I actually do not like summer. It's not my jam. So I had to make one quick run. I gotta, you know, clean myself up. I was just helping out the fam, dealing with the dog, and now I have to do that. So first things first, I'm going to try to see. Well, here's the plan. The plan is that I'm going to actually have things marked out. I don't know if a lot of people know it's Free Comic Book Day, so I'm going to have them marked off. And the way I'm going to have them marked off is I'm going to try to get to the furthest point and drive around and talk a little bit about what I see, you know, maybe the outside, maybe take a quick little imagery of the inside. Nothing too deep. And then I'll put like the locations to these places, these different comic book shops, and maybe it's a shop you may not have known about, or it's a shop in your area. Now, a quick backstory. Free Comic Book Day, I think this is like their 20th anniversary, if I remember correctly. And what happened was, about 20 years ago, they established to drum up more business in the comic book shops and stuff like that, to actually do free comic books. And a lot of different companies, different places and stuff, they give out free comics. And Marvel does it, DC does it, Image does it, and they you know, give out something to preview, kind of wet your whistle about what's coming down the pike, or do stories, discoveries. I also use this to sometimes get maybe some graphic novels that may be at a different price. Like when I catch sales, a lot of stores have sales, so I'll get like different books that I won't normally get. Like I think I got the whole series at this one spot when they had a crazy sale. It was like a 50-cent sale from, might have been Stormwatch. And what I got was this thing called No Honor. Never heard of it before. It was interesting. It was about a guy who was a thief, and he stole a sword, and the sword actually had the spirit of a samurai in it, and they actually got connected. And I think it was 1 of 4 or 1 of 5, and I got the whole thing, I think, except for the first one. And then there was this other thing that was like a space one that I got the first 2 issues to. Like, that's what I normally do. I actually will look and try to grab things that I don't normally get or I haven't seen before. I take the opportunity to learn something, because a lot of times if you can't even get the whole thing, a lot of these things are in trade. So if I really like the story, then I'll go look for the trade and then see if I can buy the trade. But what happens is, you know, I'm getting sidetracked. Basically, it's a way to drum up business. It's a good thing to bring your kids to and stuff like that. And I try to tell, you know, people and some of my friends, like, hey, take your kids to a comic book shop. It's Free Comic Book Day. And, you know, it's a fun time. Some places have food. Like, every place does something different. There's a lot of times there's artists there and writers. You can get autographs, or you can commission stuff. It's just a grand old time. So just expect that this video is going to be a little long today, because I'm going to be hitting up shops. Like I said, I'm going to at least get, like, I'm going to try to show you what the outside looks like, post what the address is, and then maybe give you a quick, literally like a quick view of the inside. This is my first time doing it, so please forgive me. I'm not professional. I know some people, they'll do the thing where they talk and they go up, but I don't have permissions. So I'm going to get, like, the light thing is just okay, we're going to start, and at least so you can see what the inside looks like. If I find anything cool, you know, I'll show you. And of course, I'll do a part 2, which will be the unveiling of what I've gotten and, you know, my ideas and reviews. So like I said, this video might be a little bit longer, but I'll catch you soon. All right, so I've been trying to get this and put this together, and I had to kind of restart it. I didn't like the way it came out, and this video took a minute to do. So first up, we have Stormwatch. And yes, I'm doing another voiceover because it's just easier right now. But we do have Stormwatch here. I will put the address on screen, of course. I've done them before. Stormwatch is 449 New Jersey /73 West Berlin, New Jersey 08091. Simply enough, if you want, you can Google it. They come up. I used to see their commercials in the early days of Walking Dead, actually. They would actually pop up. So, as you'll see here in the video and some of the images of Stormwatch, it's a really nice place. He usually has like a cool movie or something going on. The guy who runs the place is Bob, really nice. He'll talk to you about stuff. He's engaging, and he helps me get some of the more not so mainstream comics a lot of times. It's just easier for him to get them. So definitely check it out. Like I said, it's a good spot. You'll see some imagery here, but yeah. Sometimes too, for Free Comic Book Day, they will have, which I probably just missed them. They'll have these boxes, actually not even just for Free Comic Book Day, like on the holidays, different stuff. If you watch my channel for a while, you've actually probably seen me unbox one of their boxes. Basically, they have stuff in there. So like $25 box, a $50 box. I may be wrong, but I think it's like 25, 50, 75, and 100. And I think it's like that, the way those boxes break down. But what happens is that when I've done this unlocking on the channel, when I did the value comparison, it was definitely higher than what was in, like what I paid for in that box by value, which is really cool. So it's these little mystery boxes. But definitely check them out. Stormwatch Comics in Berlin. I know they're like next to Catano's. They're like down the street from the Berlin Walmart, as a matter of fact. They're like right down the road, not even that far. So check it out. All right, so the reason why I put this hat on, I was going to put on a geeky hat, but it's really, really hot. I can't stand the summer. So I was like, oh, this hat has had some sweat in it, you know, before or whatever. And I don't mind beating it up a little bit. The shirt I ended up getting is a Mortal Kombat shirt. I also found a Mandalorian one there, but I'm not rocking that. This shirt was it's like a light material. Even if it being really big, it's not actually that big on me. It's like supposed to be a 3X, but this definitely is not. 3X is actually huge on me. So I'm grabbing different masks just in case. I know some places are requiring it. Now I have 12 places written down. I don't think I'm making it to all 12. If I get to 6, that'll be an accomplishment. But it depends, because it takes a little bit to get there, and there's actually a lot more traffic out here than I expected. And with the places opening up so late, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it kind of dampens my day because I can't be out all day. But I'm going to try. And the first one I'm going to stop at, because it's easy and it's a good starting point, will be Stormwatch Comics. Now, I didn't get permissions from the places to record any inside or anything like that. So some of the imagery you may see may be stuff from them, or it may be something from what I grabbed offline. But either way, it should be, as long as it's a good representation of what's in store. But yeah, I'll show you and see what happens. All right, so far, no luck. I stopped at one of my shops, but they weren't doing it or participating in it. I still picked up stuff, you know, my norm. I'm about to stop at my main shop. Hopefully they're doing it. I've been to at least one or two so far, and those shops are actually like closed. So I'm not gonna really name who, but I'm a little agitated, and I'm not agitated at the shops. But the fact that I've ran into two so far and I didn't know, and they still had their stuff on the line, but then they're closed and I've been there before, says something. So I know some people have an issue, but I don't care. I don't play with Delta variant, so I was going to do every time I went to a place with a different mask, but now it's like I'm not going to showcase them if they don't have free comics. I'll talk about them regular if they're there, but now I'm kind of getting worried because so far this is place number, this one I know is open because it's my place. So we'll see. I mean, I'll give them a shout out anyway, but we'll see. All right, so sad to say, after a few busts from when I left Stormwatch, as you will see in the you've already seen or you're about to see in the video, the good news is that from my main comic shop, this guy I've been with forever, since I was really, like, honestly a teenager, kid. I'm talking like 13, and I'm in my late 30s now, so that lets you know how long I've known this guy. It's Sal. He runs the place. There's a lot of wrestling events, so if you're a fan, there's a lot of wrestlers that come through. Somebody from The Mandalorian that did a comic book, they were there the other day. He might be having a surprise podcast happening. I'm not saying exactly who yet because I know he's still trying to work it out, but if you go to their like Facebook and stuff, there's a lot of things there. His address, and he's my guy. I was there for about an hour or so because I needed a break too, because I was running around throughout the day, and I kind of had a couple duds. Some places ended up being closed. Not their fault. I blame, what's been going on with everything. So Adventureland's address is 100 Premium Outlets Drive. Oh, sorry. It's 100 Premium Outlets Drive, Suite 840, Blackwood, New Jersey 08012. Now, I might have been able, if I haven't seen him in a minute, so we hung for a little bit. We talked. We were going over a few things too. He's one of the people I talked to about what's going on. One of the shop owners about things, and we were just catching up. So like I said, I was there for about an hour or two, but I actually needed a little break because I was running around all morning. But, as you can see with the images and the video, so enjoy. All right, let's see what they hold up in here. Adventureland store. My main. This one here is River City Comics in Berlin. I always like the way the building is set up with the dinosaur because they're like next to like a wallpaper place. Their address is 159 White Horse Pike, Berlin, New Jersey 08001. Every time I've ever been there, really nice shop. They got like a back thing that has a lot of like figures and stuff like that. I actually did pick up a figure. Some really good discount comics in the area for a used thing, and I think I really like that. I actually found a couple that I needed, so that was great. Usually have something cool on the TV. Every time I've been there, they've been friendly. The guys talking. We actually talked about a couple zombie films, because each place I've been to, I also gave a little time just to talk to them, to get to know them, get the ideas, even if I talked to them before, to give me a cool idea or an assessment. So, like I said, I didn't just walk in there, get stuff and leave, talk and do things like that. That's why I said now that I know a few places are sadly closed, out of that list I made, now I know, okay, I'll replace these with these, and maybe I'll be able to hit more places next year. But like I said, really cool. I like the setup in the store. They got like a lot of action figures and things, and sometimes I want those little knickknacks, as you've seen behind me in some of my unlocking videos as well. But like, here's some images. Here's like I've been doing, a little quick video so you can kind of see. Like I said, I didn't get a lot of permission, so I kind of just made it as fast as I could without going overboard. Everyone seemed to be very cordial about, tell people about us. So that's cool, but, maybe next time now that I know, maybe I'll have a more plan ahead. But enjoy. All right, we're gonna do this River City. Looks like they're open. I used this one, so hopefully they have comics. I'm glad because, like I said, a couple spots I went to were closed, but this time I'm gonna use this one. So we'll see. See you on the other side. Hopefully they got some, and I'm gonna try to hit a few more places. All right. I don't have my headset on, but you can see River City Comics, big Tyrannosaurus. Whew, it's a killer today with the heat. Walking around, I think Walter's signs. Have a comic adventure. All right, there's the door. Really nice selection. 30 days off. Great pop figures. Really cool stuff. All right, so this place, very interesting. The guy, he was in the bag. It was funny. I could tell he was watching Indiana Jones. Not a whole lot of traffic by the time I got there. He had all the free comic books like actually on the thing, and he had a couple omnibuses and stuff. One place I used to go to that had a lot of trades and things there, unfortunately not there. It was very sad. They had great prices on them. But it was a really nice little like round open floor plan. Had some figures. I remember the last free comic book day I went to, which was in 2019, I was able to find some really old Conan comics. We're talking like the black and white ones. I was very excited about that because I think Conan's pretty awesome. Like this is before, Marvel had them and stuff like that. Well, yeah, they're that old. They're before Marvel. I'm talking about the original run with Marvel having their hands on Conan to now. So yeah, the guy was really cool. He actually we started to talk. It was a little quiet, but he definitely opened up very quickly. Very nice, and I went through, got the free comics, got a couple of books. We talked about some figurine things. He had these really cool like Star Wars joints. I was like, yo, like it was this big tote he just got that someone gave him, and then we were talking because I saw he had Snake Mountain, and my brother has been bugging about Snake Mountain, but he didn't have it at the time because my mom sold it. Yeah, that's a whole nother story of why. But yeah, so we were talking. So Sal has the Castle Grayskull. This guy is Snake Mountain. And it's at a spot in Cherry Hill. It is 914 Township Lane, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 08002. So here's the quick video and stuff so you can see what's going on as well as, how it is. All right, so now I'm going to try Plunder's Palace in Cherry Hill. Like I said, as I do these, you'll see them all. This is the mask I'm going to use this time. And I'm going to see if I can squeeze out maybe one or two more spots. A lot of them are starting to get to the point of being closed. I've been driving around and a couple of places are. So, see you in a second. I'll try to show the opening and, stuff like that. So the spot is kind of in a back place, but if you see, it's like you're blinking and miss it. I actually missed the turn the first time. But they're out in the front, so you go to the parking spot, you see the stuff here. I think they should be still open. Yeah, they're open till 7. All right, so we'll see. All right, this comic book shop, very cool place. I actually stayed there a little longer than I expected. This is Secret Origins. And just to get the location out the way, because I'm trying not to forget that, they are at 554 Haddon Ave, Collingswood, New Jersey, 08018. I was actually there before, and his system still had my info in there when I bought stuff. I bought a couple randos. Funny enough, we actually bonded over the big Ninja Turtle, because he has a big Raphael there, and I actually have a big Donatello. So we were talking about that, and That's how we actually bonded. And then once I mentioned that, he actually remembered me, even though he hasn't seen me in like 2 years. He had an actual memory of me. He was like, "Oh, you're that guy." So that was cool. We talked about like kids literature, what we like from comics, why I try to grab a lot of comics, because I actually give some of them out to people that may not have gone out to Free Comic Book Day. Like, hey man, check it out, because I'm always trying to get people in the shops. I spent quite a bit at each place, but it's also because I feel like if I'm visiting there, especially with Free Comic Book Day and stuff, that I want to contribute to keeping this business alive. I talk about comics a little bit on my channel. You'll be seeing more of that actually, as well as movie reviews and stuff like that. I kind of talk about whatever comes to head, but I'm a big comic book person, so I will be getting back more on that grind than the other things about what I have more for reviews, because there's a lot of books that I have that I like and stuff, and it's always great to get kids to read. And comics aren't just superheroes, they're everything else. So we had a great conversation, really fun time. And also too, there's a spot right next to them that has really good water ice. And they're like right next door. Like literally one, like you walk out to go right in. Which you'll see that in the video too. So Red Eye Gengar is going to this one. This is Secret Origins. Now, it says parking for 552 to 554. I think this is the right one because it's like right there. So far, I got to be careful with the parking. Like, I don't mind if I have to parallel. I just don't know. But, yeah. So, it's be there in about a minute. But we're getting Red Eye Gengar. Alright. So, as you can see, Secret Origins comic book. And there's a water ice company. Huh. Maybe I'll get a water ice afterwards. Yeah. Free Comic Book Day. That's nice. Secret Origins has a great water ice spot next to it named Cabana. This thing is actually really high up. I got a gelati because I had a $5 minimum. Actually, the ice cream was like all the way up, like where my radio is. So, yeah, good stuff. It tastes delicious. I got green apple with cherry and twist. It's a lot. You see my hand? It's my whole hand. Like I said, but where the spoon's sitting right now in the video, that's where the ice cream was. I didn't think about it. So Secret Origin, you get some books, you get some water ice. Great. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do, actually I figured out that with Secret Origins, a couple were actually closer. So I'm going to do 2 instead of 1 because they're actually within like a mile or 2 of each other. So this mask is going to get the teacher from Assassination High School mask. Yep, don't worry about that. I can't get the piece to fix it. All right, so this should be, yeah, Fat Jack's Comics Crypt. So they got the one here, and then there's one also in Philadelphia. Let's pick up some stuff. All right, so you can see the area, Borough of Oakland. Like literally from Secret Origins, this one and another one are like literally within a mile or 2. It was like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, well, if that's the case, then I could hit more than one. So we're heading in. Like I said, I only do a little bit of video so you can kind of see what's what. But you can see here, nice little thing. And with my bad, they're open until 7. Oh, cute little kitties. All right, here we have Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. Now, there's apparently 2 locations. I think I was at the other one once, but I went to this one because it was not that far, which I've already seen in the video. So we have Fat Jack's Comics Crypt, 521 White Horse Pike, Oakland, New Jersey, 08107. And there's apparently one in Philadelphia. I don't know if they're the same, but that one is 2006 Sampson Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19103. So you have that one as well. Has a very old school feel to it. I grabbed a couple books that I remember last time. I was like, ooh, they got some G.I. Joe and Transformers. I don't get those often, so I just grabbed a few. Really cool place. There was some older guys there. I like the old school feel. Had some 70s music on. The Who was on. The guy was really cool. He was laid back. Yeah, they had two cats in there, so if you're allergic to cats, there's your heads up. I don't. I actually have a pet cat myself. So I was grabbing the comics. The guys, as they were talking, it was just nice hearing them. I like sometimes hearing just older geek people just talk, where he was talking about like X-Men and how he's into, and you know, he's talking about like how you take the kids somewhere, and it was just really cool just to kind of walk around and listen to them and the excitement. And he has like a really nice store all the way through, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna grab at least a few things here. Had a lot of the free comics nicely laid out. The cat was on one of them, so I kind of disturbed the cat. So for penance, I made sure I petted the cat, gave her some really nice attention until it went back to sleep, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. Cats are adorable. The other cat was like sleep in a box, like all curled up, so it was very funny. But it was really nice and cool, and I liked it. I enjoyed myself. Like I said, really cool guy, really nice place. So I'm breaking out the glow in the dark bear for the final one. This is A Time Lost and Found. This is gonna be the last one. I've been out all day since like 11, actually sooner, because I had to help my parents. That wasn't in the plans originally, but I'm gonna hit this one and see how it goes. All right, and then I'll review everything, all my experiences and where I went and where you should go. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, see from the street. All right, park in there. You can see from the window. I'm not going to record on the inside, but you'll see. Look at all this awesomeness. Now, the final place I went to, because it was actually late, and this one actually stays open late. If I knew a couple of the places were gone, I would have actually tried. I want to do an honorable mention. I've been there before. I really did like this shop. So the honorable mention is Frankenstein Comics in Woodbury. I did not get to go there, but it's a really nice shop. If you're ever in Woodbury, definitely check them out. I'll see if I can pull the address, because I actually don't have it here. But I'll see if I can pull the address on screen. That would have been, if things would have worked out differently, if I knew a couple of the places were closed and I could have maneuvered better, I would have actually tried to make Frankenstein too. Like I said, really nice place, honorable mention. But with that being said, the final place is A Time Lost and Found. First off, I love that name. They are at 325 East Atlantic Ave, Audubon, New Jersey, 08106. Now, the ones in this order, the reason why is because Secret Origins is there, and then about a mile to maybe a mile and a half, you can get to Fat Jack's, or not, yeah. And then right from there, not too far away, you can get to A Time Lost and Found. Now, this place does not take card, so if you decide to go there, you need to make sure you have money. I got this little metal figurine. In my one unlocking, I actually got Guardian from Alpha Flight. And this little metal thing, I never really seen him before, in this little box. I really like it. It's a nice little size figure. I actually haven't seen them around. So he actually has them in there, a few of them. So I ended up getting Cassandra Cain. I'm thinking about at some point going back and grabbing another. He had like Superboy, Wolverine, several characters, Hush. I was like, ooh. So I might actually go back and get a couple more of these figurines. I'll show you when I do the, hey, look what I got from each place on special unlocking Free Comic Book Day edition. But a really cool guy, had some really nice, interesting music. But the place is like huge. Like I like how he did it. It was like stacks and stacks of comics. This is like a place that you would go if you're trying to hunt down some stuff. There seemed to be like a back room I didn't really go into that had just like a lot of figures and toys. In one section. I didn't really go back there. He had a dog that was yapping, which was funny. Because the dog was like barking, I guess, because somebody was in there. But it was like stacks and stacks and rows of comics. So I did grab a couple comics, a couple, little things here and there, which I had no problem with. And, gave them like each place, I did roughly about $20 or so. So it was really, nice, really nice guy. He was very chill, very laid back. That I would consider a shop more of just like kind of you just walk, you kind of do your thing or whatever, but really another good shop too. Now, all in all, I would have liked to give each one a showcase or their own video, but that would take a while, and I don't know why my cat is bugging. And when it all comes in all intents and purposes, I actually want to give all these guys love. And one of the things I really enjoyed was the fact that each comic book shop owner that I had extensive conversations with, not all of them, but a few, Secret Origins, that guy is always awesome every time. Sal, Bob from Stormwatch, few, like talking to them. River City Comics as well. What I liked was there wasn't because I told them, I would tell them about what it was. Like, hey, I ran into a few places that were actually closed. A couple places weren't even participating. They didn't know. A lot of the comic shops actually were questioning should they have participated, but I'm glad that they did because you never know, and they took the shot anyway. So a lot of times, if they still have free comics left over, so if you decide to go to any one of these places today, they may actually still give you some. I've actually had that happen where I might have went to a random one, and let's say it was a few days later from free comics, and they're like, hey, you know what? We still got a lot left over. Here, take some free comics. It's also a really cool, like sometimes they can use it for promotions later, so that's always a good thing when there's like a big event like, Christmas or something like that. But all in all, I decided to do the video this way to really give each one their due because they all seem to be in it together. Like they were all talking to the retailers, things like that. It wasn't about, well, I want my store to succeed and I want your store to fail. It was, I want comics to be here. Of course we want business, but we want this to keep going. And that's a great way to do it. And I may need to do something about the Substack thing, talk about that, because I actually did bring that up a few times and had some interesting takes from that, from some of the shop owners. But yeah, beyond that, and my own thoughts. Like I said, I had a really good time. I want to thank everyone that did participate, that talked, did anything like that. Next time I'll try to hopefully plan it out a little better because, to be able to like say, hey, here's some, recording and, video or and I did tell them, I'm like, hey, I'm going to try to do a video, promoting all the shops that actually I got to and that also participated. So, a few that did not participate versus a couple that are closed, I did not mention. And I'm not going to mention because I don't want to put bad things on them because I can understand why they didn't participate because really honestly Free Comic Book Day wasn't even promoted. I mean, before I actually had to look it up and stuff, like I didn't even see it in any comic book ads or anything like that. So because of that, this is one of those situations where it's no hate or nothing, but I'm not going to give you no bad stuff either because you decided not to participate because I can actually get behind the idea of why you wouldn't. You don't know. Usually Free Comic Book Day is a big deal, but this was a completely odd day. You got this, new Delta thing going on. You got like, so there's a lot of kind of factors, if you know what I mean. So I'm not hating on them either. But I just wanted to promote the ones that did it because those are the ones I end up going to, staying with, talking to a lot, get stuff from. Also, when I do the special edition unlocking, I don't want it to be like, well, hey, he mentioned that comic book shop, but there's nothing there. What does that mean? So I've just figured it's better if I do it this way. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, I do apologize for like the quick video and stuff. I didn't want to like be disrespectful, but I, at least wanted to give you a quick show to see what it is. And then I'm using some of the Google images. Most of them said it was okay after I did it, but even so, I was just like, it was my own comfortability too. And I'm not the greatest cameraman. I mean, I'm pretty good if I'm not rushing and stuff. So, it's the best I could do. But I want to give these shops props. I want to give them some love, and hopefully, if you're in the this Jersey areas, South Jersey areas or whatever, you can check these shops out and see for yourself, and pick up a comic. Hey, be like, hey, Geek Protagonist was in here. I saw him on YouTube. That's why I'm here. I don't know. Well, this is Geek Protagonist. I'm signing off. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real, and I'll see you.